Good morning or afternoon, class. Dr. Bean. My name is Antonella Ning, and today I am speaking about our performance project capstone for our week 8 final. And my project is on the restaurant Laguna Grill and Rum Bar. I am working on a business strategy plan for the Laguna Grill and Rum Bar. Now, with everything going on right now, it's been a little challenging to find an owner of a restaurant, but luckily for me, one of my friends is a police officer in the city, Brigantine, and he actually saved the owner's life. So the owner and him are really good friends now. He got me in touch with him, and though it's been a little challenging with everything closed, I've been able to communicate with him back and forth through email, text, and he is going to speak with me later today. So I may redo this video, but for now, just to be safe, I want to submit what I have so I can get your thoughts. What I've gotten so far for the background of the restaurant is they have been open for the past 10 years. So 2010, Mr. Tony Bruno bought the store and did some renovations. They currently have 30 employees. They plan on hiring more in the summer. That's when their business is peak. And I've been to the restaurant a couple times. I haven't ate there. I had some appetizers, but I mainly went to socialize with friends. So I've had some drinks and I've watched their live band, which they have live bands play there every Friday and Saturday. And then during the off season, they'll have like certain nights during the week where they'll have live bands, and that helps bring in more customers. So the first question I asked Mr. Tony Bruno is, how do you motivate your employees? And he said basically just, being there, being present, help train, help develop, help empower his employees whenever he can, and kind of set the tone going forward. As he is the owner of the restaurant, he's also, manages. When it comes to ethics, he basically has taught his employees from the start that he will not tolerate any unethical behavior. So as long as that tone is set from the beginning, it kind of radiates throughout all the employees, going forward, and it's kind of like a no-brainer. And as far as the customers go, if someone is getting out of control, he does not tolerate that either. They are asked to leave, but in a professional manner. Sometimes that comes with restaurants that serve alcohol, sporting events, some people get out of control, but that tone is set throughout. Tony's really well known from the employees, from the customers, so they kind of know, from the start, that's the tone of how the restaurant is run. As far as being social responsible, they have hit that nail on the head. They are really part of the community. They basically are the headquarters of all fundraisers. The way the restaurant is located in the city of Brigantine. Brigantine's an island. There's only one way on, one way off. So it's basically like a long stretch, about 5 miles long. And like I said, one way in, one way out. So the restaurant is actually at the end of the island. So it has become the headquarters for a lot of fundraising events, especially 5Ks. What they'll do is they'll start and finish the 5Ks at the restaurant. And then, of course, Tony will also make a donation through any of these events held at his restaurant. But they also do polar bear plunges, which is basically the locals will meet up at his restaurant during the winter, which is kind of awful, but they'll actually run into the ocean and then run out. And it's a whole thing that they've kind of been doing for decades now in the city. And it's just another fundraising event, but basically the patrons will run into the ocean, freeze their butt off for a couple seconds, and then run out. And then they usually will finish with a little buffet or whatever in the restaurant that the restaurant will support for the fundraiser. So as far as business plans, to fix the organization, Tony's pretty much set the tone. He's renovated the restaurant time and time again to keep up with the, keeping the restaurant modern. So he really doesn't need to redo anything. The only thing going over each step with him is advertising. Now, like I said, the restaurant is at the end of the city. So if you're, especially the tourist, if you're just driving through, you're not going to see the restaurant. So what he needs to do is advertise more on the billboards. Now, the city of Brigantine's located right outside Atlantic City. Atlantic City is a very popular tourist place. Brigantine's kind of offset from that, but it is also well known. People go there and rent beach homes, and they enjoy the private beaches that Brigantine has to offer. So as far as advertising goes, there's about 3 main roads that go into Atlantic City. So what I recommended for him is to, place some ads on billboards to say, kind of guide the tourists into the direction of Brigantine. Other types of advertising, especially in the summer, he could do radio ads. A really popular one in Atlantic City is you can, for a couple $100, you can actually get an advertisement tied on a banner on a plane. So what the planes do is they fly over the beaches in Atlantic City and advertise that way. So that's another way they do it in our area. And they also have boat advertising. So the boats drive past the beaches in Atlantic City and they display the advertising on like digital displays. So that's just another thing he can jump on. Because like I said, his restaurant, though it's well known, it's off the beaten path. So a lot of people aren't going to go out of their way to find a place to eat when there's more places in the city, in Atlantic City. But this is one of those places that is unique, and he has a lot of venues, so a lot of people will go there for, it's a very well-known wedding destination, because the way the restaurant was developed and created is kind of like a setting in the Caribbean. So, he has a lot of outdoor seating, he has seating right on the beach. He has palm trees set up. The servers will dress up in some kind of beach attire, serving the patrons on the beach, enjoying the beach. So it's really pretty for a destination wedding because the scenery is right on the beach, and his location can actually be found on numerous wedding sites like the Knot. So he's definitely advertising in that area, but he also has plenty of outdoor and indoor seating for other types of venues. So he really doesn't have to work in that area too much as far as bringing in business, besides the advertising. Now, I am speaking with him again after this, like I said, but another recommendation I found is the reviews. Some customers are complaining about the customer service. Now, he does have 30 employees right now, and he does hire more for the summer. So either I can recommend that the servers right now may need retraining to have better customer service, or he may require to hire more servers because they can't keep up with the business coming in. Because the most common complaints I found on the reviews was the customers were waiting a long time. There was a couple that they said they had just bad service overall. So that could be more of the new hires, they weren't trained properly. They might have just been thrown into it. So I definitely recommend him revamping his training program for all new employees and then retrain the employees that he has now. And then what I would recommend to him is to survey his customers, maybe the regulars, to get more of an honest opinion, and also survey the employees, the new ones and the old ones, to find out what he can do to make their work environment better. I already said he's really good with setting the tone for ethics. He's really good with motivating, hands-on training. He's there, he shows up. If he has the time, he's gonna be, helping right on the line, cooking, whatever he needs to do with serving, with even walking around, showing his face and talking to the customers in that sense. But that's the only thing that I could recommend as of now, moving forward. Now, when I speak to him later today, I might get another idea from him of what he plans on doing. All the restaurants right now are kind of in a holding pattern right now because of what's going on. So even upcoming fundraisers that he has planned on the calendar, they may have to cancel. And then he might have to revamp his whole business as far as what the restaurants are doing in our area is takeout. So he might have to come up with a whole new strategy as far as just doing takeout for now until everything blows over with this pandemic that's going on. But that's just something that business owners have to do, and I'm going to add that into my business strategy plan, because there's got to be a way for him to continue to make money even through the times that we're going on right now. So that's all I have. I look forward to hearing what you guys have to offer, your comments, and see what I can do to make my final paper even better. And I look forward to seeing you guys as well. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks so much.